Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. Virtual reality, huh? Keeps getting better and better. So here I am on Microsoft Flight Simulator. I think I'm going to go ahead and test various of airplanes here, from all sorts of different airplanes, and just see how it runs while using just controllers. MetaQuest controllers. So here's a cool thing about this. So let's say you're using a wireless Quest link, and your PC it's upstairs, and you don't want to be in your office. You want to be in your sofa, right down in the living room. Okay, you can do that. You don't need to bring any controllers to be tethered to your PC. You can use these controllers downstairs and you can go ahead and you can start flying. And that's essentially what I'm doing right now. So I can control my yoke by using a thumbstick on this controller. Look, here. Okay, left, 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 right, right. Left, 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 right, 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 left, right. Pull up, pull down. I can adjust the all of these instruments, everything. I can adjust whatever I want to adjust here, which is pretty cool. So technically, you don't even need a controller. So you can play Flight Simulator downstairs or in the other room, right? You don't have to be in your office. You just need your computer to be running this game. And everything else you can do with this headset and the controllers. How cool is that? I think that's pretty cool, that you can do that. You could be in your outside patio or in your balcony outside, and you can be playing this, relaxing, chilling out on your lounge chair, right? This really goes out to say just how sophisticated MetaQuest is. It's not just me saying this, it's a lot of people saying it. And there's a good reason why they're saying it, because of unlimited possibilities that you can do with this headset. You know, that's what makes this headset so unique, is no limitations. And when you don't have any limitations, well, guess what, cousin? People gonna lean more towards that. People gonna adapt to that. They're gonna look for that. They're gonna buy that. They're gonna use that because it has no limitations. And that goes out without saying when it comes to MetaQuest headset. And it's portable. You don't have to be tethered to a PC. You can freely go where you want to go. As far as the batteries, you know, it can last you about an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. But hey, you can always recharge it. Or you can get a 12-foot USB-C to mini USB, and you can charge it. I mean, there's options for you to charge this headset. Okay. So let's go ahead. Let's take off, shall we? I need to find the brake. Where's the brake over here? Hold on. Well, since I'm in the office, might as well use the controller, you know. But what I'm simply implying is you could be downstairs, you could be somewhere else in your house, and you can still use this. So that's what I'm trying to say. You can also adjust the bit rate of your Quest link when you're using a Wi-Fi. How much of that bit rate would you like, so you can have a better clarity, and you can do that as well. Hold on, let me just here we go. All right, we're all ready and set to go. It's raining. This is Hollywood International, Fort Lauderdale. Wow, smooth as a butter, bro. Smooth as a butter. Get the gears up. Get flaps up. This is just letting me know that we're going really fast. Oh, this is pretty cool, man.
Miami approach Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra is type Cessna C25C 4 miles west of Fort Lauderdale, 2,500 feet. Request flight following. Cessna Alpha Sierra Miami approach Sierra Miami approach is missed approach Miami 0054. Geo transport 7545 traffic 7 o'clock 3 miles. Climate maintain 2,000 feet expect vectors ILS runway 30 approach.
This is awesome. I like this GPS over here. You can see the city down below you as you are flying over it, and on this side you can see the weather. Cool. Nice. Very nice, man. I'm not going anywhere specifically. I'm just like I'm just flying like and testing these airplanes in VR. That's all. I'm not going anywhere specifically.
Miami approach Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra. Request clearance to transition Bravo airspace.
Wow, look at that detail, huh?
Miami departure exit 353 is passing
Beautiful, huh?
300 feet, climbing 5,000 feet. Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Miami approach. Clear to the Bravo airspace. Exit 353 Miami. Departure altimeter 29er, decimal 9er 2 radar contact continue. Cleared through Bravo airspace Cessna X-Ray Golf Sierra. Exit 353 climb and maintain 15,000 feet. Brickyard 4545 have the generic in sight.
Let's go to Miami International. Let's do this. The quality is really good when you have a higher bitrate, man. It really looks so much better. I think my bitrate's 110 megabits. And honestly, that's where you want to leave it at, 110 megabits per second, and really looks good, man. Like you see so much clarity and detail with 110 megabits. There's Miami International. We'll get the landing gear. We're gonna use the F-35 next. Let's go ahead and let's land this. I can't emphasize enough how awesome this is in VR. There's really nothing I can say here that can convince you otherwise than you will have to find a way to try this out in VR. And I guarantee you, once you try this in VR, you're never going to go back to your triple screen, ultra wide screen. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now, man. All right, the gear's down. Gear's down. Here we go. Okay. Let's get ready. The gear's down. Flaps are down. And here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Go. There we go, there we go, there we go. And smooth as a butter, man. Listen, for an amateur like me, this was as smooth as a butter. It doesn't get any more butter than this, all right? It doesn't get any more buttery than this. Yeah. But you're going to say, well, Mr. 4K, you usually don't land this well. Yeah, if I'm not in VR, I usually don't land this well. When you are inside the airplane, dude, it's easier for you to see the distance between your airplane and your landing strip, right? And the runway. You can easily tell a difference in miles, like quarter of a mile or 2 miles away. You can tell that trajectory difference in distance between the runway and your airplane, and how much of knot speed do you need, when to apply the flaps, when to get the gears down, when to slow down, how to gradually lower the plane's altitude. All of these things you can do better when you are inside the cockpit, when you are inside an airplane. So this is why I always say to people, if you are really that crazy about flying and into flight simulators, you need this. And again, there's absolutely nothing wrong, like I said previously, there's absolutely nothing wrong with your ultra widescreen, with your quadruple monitors, with your triple monitors. That's fine and dandy. Using a Tobii eye tracker, fine and dandy. But this is where you want to be, man. The clarity, the detail, you feel inside an airplane, like you are really inside an airplane, and everything just looks more realistic. And isn't that the whole idea? I would think so, right? Isn't that the whole point, right? So we're gonna try a different airplane, but before we do, I want to adjust my my bit rate a little bit higher. Okay, just bear with me. Just bear with me, guys. Something I need to do. I don't know if I can do it right now. That's okay. 110. Listen, I'm okay with 110 megabits. 110 megabits, guys. I think that's where I want to keep it. On your Oculus Quest link, 110 megabits will give you a pretty good bit rate, consistent bit rate with 110 megabits. I think that's that sweet spot. And with that sweet spot of 110 megabits, your quality bit rate will be much sharper, more vivid, and you'll be able to see much, much better. And everything will look just much better. All right, so let's try a different airplane, shall we? Let's go to the main menu. I'm sorry that I cannot read your comments. Clearly, you understand. I have my headset on. It's impossible. But you guys can type whatever you want to type. You know, I'll read those comments later. The whole point of this live stream is for me to, again, justify, yes, I guess you could say justify why this is the best choice, the most affordable and the best VR headset, period. And please don't tell me that HP Reverb G2, Valve Index, and super overly expensive big screen VR and superly over expensive, ridiculously super expensive, ridiculously super expensive Pimax crystal. Yes, Pimax crystal. I'm sorry, but I can't justify anybody paying $2,000 for a VR headset that requires a super high-end PC to enjoy it. I'm sorry. Even if you're rich, even if you have money, I'm sorry, man. I just can't. I just can't. Under any circumstances, and I don't care, really, if you fully loaded, I don't care. I can't justify anybody paying that kind of ridiculous price when you have something like this. That's just ridiculous. I'm sorry. I just can't. You know? I'm just going to be direct. I'm going to be upfront, and I'm going to be honest. And I don't care if you like it or don't like it. I'm just going to be honest. I just can't recommend. But don't tell me that's the best VR headset, please. Don't tell me that. And don't also tell me that PlayStation VR 2 is the best headset. It requires a PlayStation 5, which is going to cost you $500. PlayStation VR 2, it's not a standalone headset. It requires a PlayStation 5, which is $500, and it's a $500 and $50 plus change. You're looking at $1,100 just to play PlayStation VR 2. $1,100, and what do you have? Gran Turismo 7, and that's it. And nothing else besides that. So please, don't tell me that. You can't tell me that because I have a PlayStation VR 2. I know the difference between PSVR 2 and this, and I also know the difference between the original PlayStation VR 1 and the PlayStation VR 2. So I don't need to be educated on any of that stuff. Please, guys, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just letting you know what's up. So that way you don't waste your time, and we don't waste each other's time going back and forth like a ping pong, okay? So now, having said that, just remember, I've been using VR for a long time. 12 years. 12 years. I have experienced everything from Samsung Gear VR, first development kit from Lucky Palmer, of Oculus Quest, development kit 2 Oculus Quest, and then finally official Oculus Quest Rift Generation 1, and then Oculus Oculus Rift Generation 2, which I still have. I can do videos on those. I can show you what I have. I experienced that. I have experienced Oculus Go, 2 pairs of them I have. I experienced Mirage, Lenovo Solo, which I still have. I have experienced HTC Vive, which I still have. I have experienced Windows Mixed Reality from Dell Visor, which I still have. I have experienced Samsung Odyssey Plus from Windows Mixed Reality, which I still have 2 pair of those. I have experienced PlayStation VR 1 in 2016. I have Oculus Rift S, that latest Oculus Rift S 3rd generation, which I still have. I have experienced the 1st generation Oculus Quest 1, which I still have. Oculus Quest 1 OLED. I have experienced Oculus Quest 2, which I still have. And here I am, Oculus Quest 3. And of course, PlayStation VR 2. So please, guys, save yourself a trouble on trying to educate this veteran. I am a veteran of many things, but I'm also a veteran of VR. And I don't need to be educated and told this is better than this and this is better than that. I know what's better than what, because I have tried them all. I have experienced all of them. And I'm not saying this to be some cocky Tom Cruise kind of a guy. I'm saying this because it's a fact. And if the fact bothers you, well then maybe you shouldn't be here watching this. Maybe you should go somewhere else. But I don't need you to go back and forth with me like a ping pong to educate me what's better. I know what's better. Okay? Same thing with the televisions. God knows I have tried so many televisions since 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. I don't need to be educated about televisions either, nor do I need to be educated about projectors either. God knows how many projectors I have. Again, this is not me trying to be cocky or trying to be bragging. This is just a fact. A fact. And if you can't respect that fact, well then maybe you shouldn't be here. And I'm just saying this as, as genuinely as possible for those of you who don't know me. So now I just introduced myself. I just briefly told you. So when I say that Quest 3 is justified as the best VR headset on the market, I think I have some leverage, and I think I have some how do you say this? I think I'm qualified. I think I'm qualified to have that opinion. I think I'm qualified. Maybe way too overqualified to have that opinion. And guys, I can do interviews with people to back up these claims. It's not just me saying this. There's a lot of people saying the same thing. That the MetaQuest 3 is hands down the best VR headset, the leading best VR headset. You got millions of Facebook users, millions of Instagram users, and how many PlayStation VR 2 users do you have? How many Pimax, how many HP Reverb G2 users do you have versus MetaQuest? These are all the facts, and I can back up these facts. I can do podcasts. I can interview people. I can back this up with credibility because it's a fact. The numbers don't lie. The facts are the facts. They cannot be debated. They cannot be argued when something is a fact. Anyway, let's go ahead and let's try some different airplanes, shall we? See what else I have. I've been using F-22 way too many times. I think it's time that I try a Cessna, dude. Like a Cessna airplane, dude. I think I've been using jets way too many times. People can say, how come you never use Cessna Skyhawk? Yeah, sure. Yeah. We'll use this one with a G1000. Sure. Yeah, why not? I don't want this to be just jets. I want variety, right? So let's go somewhere else, man. Let's go. Let's go to. Let's go to San Francisco. How's that? So that's departure. Let's go to runway. Set as departure. And I guess we can go here. So let's fly. I hope you guys are not being taking this as offensive or taking this as a trigger. I'm just stating the facts, guys. I everything I say, I can back it up. Everything I say, I have credibility. And you can't debate that. You can't argue that. If you want me to make a video to show you how many VR headsets I have, I'll be more than happy to do that. If you want me to do an interview with people to back up my claims, I can do that. Keep in mind, I still have my PlayStation VR 2. I still have my PlayStation VR 1. I still play them. But I don't need to be told that PlayStation VR 2 is better than MetaQuest, okay? I don't need to be told that, because that's just outrageous and ridiculous. Okay? So getting back to virtual reality and the VR. You can watch this video and other videos and many other VR videos. And I don't want to repeat myself like a broken vinyl LP record with a broken needle. All of this can only give you some idea. All of this can just give you some idea. But to truly understand, to truly appreciate, what VR feels like. See, that's the word. And I'm speaking very slowly and carefully because I want you to understand the words that are coming out of my mouth. Experience is the key word. Idea can give you all sorts of different assumptions. Idea can go in so many different directions. Idea could have doubts. The word idea, right? And that's what you're getting here. You're getting some ideas. Oh, but you don't have the experience because you're not wearing this headset to know what it feels like being inside this Skyhawk with a G1000 display, right? You do not have that experience. And that's okay. But that's why I'm telling you, you will have to try this out. Either buy it, find somebody else who has it, ask them to let you try it, and then you will be baptized. You will be reborn, and you're gonna immediately fall in love with this. And this is what I've been telling to my friend Dominic, and he will. Once he buys his computer, once he builds his computer, he will most definitely get this. And guess what, Dominic? You'll be able to buy it for half a price. You won't have to pay $500. You probably pay like $300 for this. And trust me, Dominic, with the 4090 and the PC that you build, brother, with the detail that you're gonna get, and I'll help you show you how to adjust this, how to adjust the bitrate, how to adjust the settings. With this, Dominic, I'm telling you, you're gonna be in heaven. Even Jose will tell you this. You are gonna be in heaven because you are a pilot. You're gonna be a future pilot, and for you, this will be heaven, 100%. And you're gonna understand how good this is. You will appreciate how good this is. And I can't wait for you to really build a PC, move on from the Xbox console, get into the PC, get this headset. Brother, welcome to the club. It's like Dr. Disrespect says, welcome to the Championships Club. And that's how you're going to feel. Anyway, let's... and this goes for everybody, not just for my friend, Dominic, and it's for everybody out there who has. We'll keep this here. Keep the ATC here like that. For anybody out there who has VR, or anybody out there who's interested in VR, if you have any interest in VR, you will appreciate this. Before I take off and test this Skyhawk, any simulator, I don't care if it's flight simulator, DCS jet fighter simulator, iRacing, NASCAR racing simulators, GT cars simulators, truck simulators, bus simulators, train simulators, any kind of a simulator, a VR, it's designed just for that one reason, simulation. Because that's what VR is. It puts you right inside a simulation. So if you are any of these simulators that I just acknowledged, if you pass the check mark on any of those simulators, VR, it's a must-have. That should be like on your Christmas list. That should be like on your shopping list. The VR should be on your shopping list. There's no question about that. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's continue. I love the Skyhawk, Seahawk with a G1000 Garmin. I need to fly more of these, man. Cessnas, dude. Especially like in Alaska. That's where I want to go next. I think that's... I don't know. I think this is where this Cessna is really designed for, in Alaska. So you can land on the lake. And there's plenty of lakes in Alaska. If I lived in Alaska, dude, and if I was like super rich, the Seahawk would be the my first priority, dude. So we're like in San Francisco right now. Remember, what's so cool about this Cessna plane is we can land on the sea.
JetBlue 378 contacts NorCal departure on 120.9er. Good day. Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha, continue for west departure.
Wow, dude.
San Francisco Tower Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha. Continue for west departure.
So, just a quick tip on your Oculus Link. Especially for you, Jose, if you're watching this. On the Oculus Link, go to your Oculus Link settings and select the bitrate at 110 megabits. That's where you guys want to be. You want to be at 110 megabits bitrate. That's the sweet spot, so that way you can have a really good quality and detail as you are flying. As far as the deep learning super sampling, since you have a 4090, Jose, keep deep learning super sampling at quality. No problem. The 4090 can handle it. You don't have to worry about it. Okay. 4090 is perfect for VR. It is perfect for flight simulator in VR. Highly recommended. Easily recommended. This is amazing, dude. I can't express just how amazing this is, dude. Look out the window a little bit, get some fresh air, you know? Amazing. Amazing. I don't know what other words to use than amazing. So this question that people have been asking me on the Instagram, what do I prefer more? Flying airplanes or driving a train? I equally like them both. But when it comes to flying, it depends on what you're flying. If you're flying a Cessna like this on a low altitude, then yes, it's more enjoyable. If you're flying commercial airliners, then it's less enjoyable. This is why I'm not a huge fan of flying commercial airliners, because you don't get to enjoy the scenery, dude. You know what I mean? But when you're flying a Skyhawk like this, you get to enjoy the scenery, right? You get to see the Oakland, San Francisco, right? You get to enjoy the California as you're flying. It's better.
Squawk 1200. Frequency change approved Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha.
So hopefully that answers that question, because people have been asking me, what do you prefer more? Trains, trucks, or flying? I like all of the above, but remember, when it comes to flying, like I just said, it depends on what you're flying. If you're flying at a high altitude of like 30,000, 40,000 feet, then you can't see really much other than just the horizon and the clouds down underneath. But if you're flying something like this, which is a Cessna Skyhawk, right? Seahawk, Skyhawk with a Garmin 1000, then sure, the trip can be more enjoyable. So you can see Oakland, you can see San Francisco, Oakland, San Francisco, Oakland, Golden Gate Bridge, you know, and it's more enjoyable. Should we go check out the Golden Gate Bridge? Let's do it,
Alpha, have the traffic.
since we're here.
Approach Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray
Let's
Golf
do it.
Sierra Alpha.
Why not?
Request
Why not?
clearance to
Let's do some
transport
scenic scenery here. Why not? Let's do it. Everything that I do on my videos, guys, I try to bring you something new, something fresh.
Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha.
I'll never upload the same videos or boring videos or do the boring like live streams. I always try to give you a different perspective on everything that I do, on everything that I upload, on everything that I live stream. I try to give you guys a different perspective.
Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha, have the traffic.
I believe that's the Golden Gate Bridge, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it is. Does it look realistic? Well, look, I mean, why doesn't it look red? I don't think this is a Golden Gate Bridge, is it? No, I don't think so. It's not a Golden Gate. I'm sorry, guys. Is it? No, it's not. It's not a Golden Gate. Sorry, guys. That's a Golden Gate. I apologize. That's the Rock. The Rock. You guys know the Rock. Not the Dwayne Johnson the Rock, but the Alcatraz. Alcatraz the Rock. And that's the Golden Gate Bridge. It's much taller, right over there. This is Alcatraz. Right there. Alcatraz. I can see Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery. I see Ed Harris in there as well. Michael Bay is in there somewhere too. There's the man, so many movies filmed here. San Francisco. I mean, Los Angeles and San Francisco, those two cities are so recognized, man, around the world.
Decimal tree 25 Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha. Goodbye. NorCal approach Cessna Alpha Sierra X-ray.
Why?
Golf
Because
Sierra Alpha,
of so many movies that were filmed there, man. Like, you know, you look at San Francisco, Los Angeles, New York, those three cities, man. LA, San Francisco, and New York. So many movies filmed, man. It's like everyone on this planet is familiar with those three cities. We're gonna go underneath the Golden Gate Bridge. We're just gonna go like that. Like that. There's a yacht over there. That's a Golden Gate Bridge. Looks pretty realistic to me. Looks pretty realistic to me. Okay. So, this is amazing, dude. And if I wasn't live streaming, I would be listening to a podcast. I would be listening to Arnold Schwarzenegger audio book that he has written, The Clear Vision. And I would listen to that on Spotify, listen to Arnold as I'm flying. I would listen to some music, some Metallica, Megadeth, right, as I'm flying. But of course, we're live streaming right now, so I can't do it. But you get the idea of what you can do on this device. You can go to big screen VR, you can watch movies with other people. I mean, what can't you do?
35.1 Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha.
That's why I always say when it comes to MetaQuest 3, and I don't mean to sound like some kind of a MetaQuest 3 fanboy, but it is really true. What can't you do? I really hope that you guys will get the MetaQuest 3 and try all of this so you can understand what I was talking about. So you can clarify my justification of this and why I recommend this. And keep in mind, I'm not sponsored by Facebook. I'm not sponsored by nobody. If I had a sponsorship from Mark Zuckerberg, then yes, you can say, okay, this guy's shilling. It's shilling clearly for Facebook, for MetaQuest. But that's not the case. I'm not. So you can't say that because that's not true. That's false. Although I wouldn't mind, I wish that Facebook MetaQuest sponsored me. I would be more than happy, you know, to be their partner because I like what they're doing. But I'm not sponsored by anybody. So guys, you know, that's the key thing I want everybody who's watching this to remember. That you're watching a guy who's not sponsored, and everything he has, he paid with his own cash. He worked really hard for it, paid with his own cash. Nobody gave me anything. I never did this, okay? Never in my life I did this, okay? Never, never, never. And I never will. That's a credibility that I have that I'm very proud of. Honestly, I'm very proud of that. Some people, they can't say that because they're sponsored to their eyeballs and they've been begging and begging favors this, favors that. I never did that. Not that there's anything wrong with that, fine, but just remember, I did this all by myself. No one gave me anything. No one gave me shit for free. -1, that was LG. That's just one. LG gave me that TV. And LG contacted me. I didn't beg LG. Just people need to understand this. I did not approach LG. LG approached me. LG PR, wonderful customer representatives, wonderful, sales PR representatives, not the customer, but sales PR representatives from Seoul, South Korea. Wonderful, 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 wonderful people. Wonderful conversation I had with all of them. I love LG. Wonderful, 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 wonderful people in South Korea, LG. But they approached me. People have to remember that I did not approach them. In 2020, they approached me. They contacted me and they said, hey, we like what you're doing with the LG videos. Please, would you like to... Because I had other LG videos that I've done. Other LG televisions that I bought myself. And I tried all of them. C2, I mean C3, B3, B1, B2, E8, you name it, right? So they contacted me and they said, in 2020, Mr. 4K, we really like your videos, we like what you're doing. If you are interested in testing out our new gaming 48-inch G-Sync 120 Hertz C10 OLED television, which I still have. It's right in front of me in my office. If you would like to, please let us know. And I said yes. So that's like the only, and I'm grateful for that. I'm very grateful for that. But people got to remember, I did not approach them. I did not beg anybody. They approached me. They approached me. But everything else, guys, everything else with my own hard-earned cash. Like everything that you see, every product that I have, that's my own hard-earned cash. That I worked hard for it and that I bought it. So that's very important when you watch those old videos, when you watch all of those videos, and God knows I have so many of them. I just need you to be mindful of that. I just need you to be mindful of that fact and to remember that. Regardless of all this other crap that's being written about me, that's being said about me, those are haters, people who have nothing but just negativity and hate. And if that's who you want to listen to, well, that's up to you. Then that says a lot about you as well. But just remember, you're not going to get an accurate portrayal of me with all those other negative haters who write negative crap about me. Those individuals have no credibility, and they're a bunch of hypocrites because they never look themselves in the mirror to look at their flaws and just how flawed they are. And yet they have the audacity to talk about me with their flaws that they have. So I just want to put this out on record, so let it be known for the record. Because this live stream has a life of its own, has a longevity of its own, like a time capsule. All right, let's go to Alaska, man. I'm going to land to the airport. I'm going to go back to San Francisco International. I want to land this. And then I want to go to Alaska. I want to land somewhere in Alaska. I want to check out the scenery in Alaska. I love Skyhawk, man. This Skyhawk, it's amazing. I would recommend the Skyhawk to everybody. It's available on default on your Microsoft Flight Simulator, and I think this is the best way for you to appreciate the world. You're not going to appreciate the world if you're flying 30,000, 40,000 up in the air because you can't see much. However, you can appreciate the world if you are flying like 10,000 feet or 12,000 feet or 4,000 feet. Like 4,000 feet, this is where you really get to appreciate the scenery. This is where you get to appreciate the world as it is. So 4,000 feet, Skyhawk, this is definitely what I would recommend to everybody. Going back to San Francisco International. Oh, this is cool. Check this out.
135.1 Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha. Goodbye. Approach Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha 0.
Cessna Alpha Sierra X-Ray Golf Sierra Alpha, approach altimeter 30.07, radar contact, continue.
I hope you guys are enjoying this. I really do. I can land on the sea, honestly. It's not a problem. Hey Mike, how you doing? Is there a difference between Quest 2 and Quest 3? Yes. Couple of things. Field of view, it's much higher on the Quest 3. You're getting 110 field of view. On the Quest 2, I believe it's about 90, which is still good. And resolution, it's a bit lower on the Quest 2. But you got to remember, Quest 2, it's only $250. And for $250, that's a pretty darn good resolution. I don't know on top of my head, but it's about 2K. 2K resolution, which is pretty good for per each eye, with a 90 hertz refresh rate and 90 degrees field of view. Still pretty good. For a $250 headset, man, you can't go wrong with that. Not to mention all the features that it has, all the other things that you can do with it. Quest 3 gives you many variety of different features. Quest 3 gives you much wider field of view, 110. Everything looks more like widescreen, more like IMAX, right? You see things much better. You got much higher resolution. Okay. You're getting close to 4K resolution per each eye. You got a much faster processor. You have those 3 cameras here that you can use for augmented reality. So you can, for example, you can have an empty desk, right? And you can turn those cameras. You press a button over here, you can turn on the camera, and you can see in front of you very clearly. Make sure that it's lit up really good. And on that desk, you can put your remote desktop, and you can run your computer through remotely having all the applications opened up. Large screen, small screen, big screen, whatever. And you can do your work through this headset remotely from your computer. And yeah, it's better in every which way. It's better. You also have a better lenses. They're using much better lenses. Here you got, I forgot the name of the lenses, but they're like much clearer lenses. You're not going to have that issue like you have with PlayStation VR 2. That blurry effect, you know, that foveated, which I'm not a huge fan of foveated rendering. Everything becomes blurry, and you always, the problem with the PlayStation VR 2, yes, it has an OLED screen, but you always have to look for that sweet spot. That's not the case here. Sweet spot, it's always there. With PlayStation VR 2, you constantly have to adjust the sweet spot, and it's so annoying, dude. You also have 120 hertz refresh rate. 120 hertz refresh rate. 120 hertz refresh rate, which is great for video games like Asgard, Wrath 2. You have a much better GPU, CPU, much faster processor, so it can handle games at a much better detail, and it's going to run better. It's going to run faster. So it's better. It's better, yeah. Quest 3, it's better. There's no question about that. Hopefully this helps you out, Mike. Solari. Mike Solari. All right, I'm going to go ahead and land this. And then I'm going to go to Alaska. There's the airport.
United Flight 8 traffic is 3 o'clock 4 miles at 100 feet generic.
It's right over there.
Report them in sight.
Feel like Tom Cruise.
United Flight 8
I'm gonna jump out of this plane. Yeah, there's the airport.
Departure Japan Air 1 is at 1,200 feet, climbing 12,000 feet.
There we
Japan Air
go.
1 departure altimeter 30.11 radar contact continue. Japan Air 1 traffic is 3 o'clock 3 miles at 3,900 feet generic. Report them in sight. United 115 contact.
Here we go.
Center on 119.475.
Hold on to your butts.
Japan Air 1 traffic in sight. Going to 119.475, United 115.
There you go.
United Flight 8 climb and maintain flight level 210.
Come on, come on. We got this.
Climb and maintain flight level 210, United Flight 8.
Not bad. Tom Cruise approved. Tom Cruise approved, man. Okay? If listen, it doesn't matter what you guys say. If Captain Mitchell, if Tom Cruise approves this, the gears are down.
475, United Flight 8. Goodbye.
If Tom Cruise approves this, that's all that matters, guys.
Departure generic November 457, Charlie Golf is at 800 feet, climbing 13,000 feet. Generic November 457, Charlie Golf, departure altimeter 30.11 radar contact continue. Generic 7, Charlie Golf, keep speed not above 210 knots.
All right, I want to go to Alaska, man.
Departure Polaris Flight 907 is at 800 feet, climbing 9,000 feet. Polaris Flight 907, departure altimeter 30.11 radar contact continue. Japan Air 1 contact Oakland Center on 127.8. Good day.
All right, I want to go to Alaska. Main menu. Where is Alaska? We're gonna go to Anchorage. Wow, what's Dominic doing here? I see you, Dominic. Dominic, are you looking for Sasquatches here? He's east of Stewart, up in Canada. I think this is British Columbia. Could be Alberta, I'm not sure. Anchorage. That's where we're going, guys. Anchorage. It's very hot over here. Make sure you guys dress very light. Hawaiian shirts, shorts, sandals, sunglasses, okay? It's really hot here. It's not cold. Definitely not cold here. Definitely cold here. Not gonna lie. Ain't gonna lie, my friend. So I want to see what it's like flying up in Alaska. And the reason I want to go to Alaska is because with a Skyhawk, Seahawk, it's very practical to fly with this Cessna, because with this Cessna you can land on any lake, because that's what this plane is designed for. It's a bush plane, really. It's really designed for Alaska. What I mean by bush plane, it's a forest type of a plane. Like, it's really designed for national forest, lakes, things like that.
Cleared for takeoff. 7 right, Cessna Golf Sierra Alpha.
I don't know if that's the proper term they use, bush plane. I don't know. Maybe you guys can correct me. But you know what I mean. It's a plane that's designed for this type of purpose. Cessna Skyhawk, that's what you need. All right, so we're gonna see a lot of snow, I presume. Now let's go. And this is a perfect plane to visit Alaska, check out Alaska scenery. You know, there's no question about that. This is what you want. I still can't believe that Microsoft, Xbox, Phil Spencer doesn't believe that the Xbox owners want or doesn't need or don't want a VR headset. That he's so convinced that the Xbox owners don't want a VR headset. I don't think that's true. I think Phil Spencer is truly lying about that, because that's not true. I guarantee you, if I was to ask a group of Xbox owners, Xbox fans, and every single one of them, if I asked them a question, would you like to play Flight Simulator, Halo, Gears, Sea of Thieves, Forza Horizon, Forza Motorsport? Would you like to play those games in VR on your Xbox? And every single one of them, I guarantee you, would say yes. Just imagine the kind of value it would add to the Xbox Game Pass to be able to play all of those Xbox games in VR, dude. Come on. It would really put PlayStation VR to shame. It would just destroy PlayStation VR. Maybe that would encourage PlayStation, Sony, to start making Spider-Man in VR, Last of Us in VR, you know, Uncharted, these types of games. So, when Phil Spencer said that our focus, and I don't believe that our Xbox fans really want a VR or need a VR. When he said that, and what's even more ridiculous is the audacity that Phil Spencer has to speak on behalf of all of us without doing any kind of what you call that, like a voting poll, right? You know, like, let's see how many people, like, they should have put like a voting poll, right? Where Microsoft is asking all of the Xbox owners, all of the Xbox fans, how many of you would you like to see a virtual reality headset on the Xbox? And I guarantee you, if they did that poll, that voting poll, you would see a huge margin of percentage of Xbox owners saying, yes, we want it. Yes. We certainly need a VR. So are you trying to tell me that you don't want to fly together with your friends in a flight simulator in VR, in a formation, like in Top Gun Maverick movie, in formation, so you can talk to each other through party chat as you are waving at each other, staying in formation? And guess what? If you're gonna bring virtual reality headset, now you can bring the Kinect. Now you can use the Kinect for your hand gestures. There you go, hand gestures. And your head movements and other things. Now you can get a Kinect and a VR headset bundled together with your Xbox Series X Pro. I can't be the only one sitting on this planet thinking about this kind of stuff. If I'm the only guy that have all these juicy ideas that make sense, then that's pretty sad. That's pretty sad. That there aren't other people out there presenting these ideas, presenting these common sense ideas on the boards of directors of Microsoft, right? It's really sad and disappointing if that's the case. If that is the case. Because I cannot be the only one that actually is saying this. There has to be somebody else out there, I presume, that it's actually talking about this stuff. You know. However, I don't know why Phil Spencer doesn't like VR. I don't know why he doesn't want to do VR. It is beyond me. That would be the first question I would ask him. The very first question. What is your dilemma or problem with VR? Why are you so hesitant to bring VR? Considering you got all of these rich first-party games that would benefit greatly in VR. And you could bring back Kinect with VR. That would be the first question I would ask him. If I had an opportunity to interview Phil Spencer, that would be like the very first question that I would ask him. Just to see what his take is on the VR and why he dislikes the VR. You know, why? Because I really want to understand why. And why he feels that way. And what's even more ironic, speaking of Microsoft and VR, what's even more ironic, for some time now, I don't know, 5 years, Microsoft has Windows Mixed Reality platform. Hello? Anybody home? So that's the irony. That's another question I would ask Phil Spencer. Well, isn't it kind of ironic, Phil, that your company has a Windows Mixed Reality platform, but yet you don't want to use that platform on the Xbox console? These are the questions a journalist should ask. Very uncomfortable, hard-hitting questions. That's how you do an interview. You know. But unfortunately, we don't have that anymore. Everything's paid and bought, paid for. Everything's pro quid. You know. Pro quid pro, or whatever they call it. Pro quid quo, whatever. And I think that's one of the problems and issues in today's society is, you know, special interest, lobbying, and you got plenty of that. I give you this, you give me that. I do this for you, you do this for me. And that's why you're not seeing good products, guys. It's because of that. Because everything's about this right now. You don't have that passion, right? Like I talked about on Half-Life 2 video. Go check it out on the GeForce Now. When I said there was a passion about making these games back in 2004, 2003, early, 2000, late 90s. There was a certain passion when it came to making video games. That's not the case anymore. Now it's all about how much can we profit and what are you going to do for me? What's in it for me? What's in it for me to make this? And I don't want to use this phrase, but I used this phrase before, 2 words, money whoring. It's one of the things right now that's just so disgusting, and internet is just flooded with that stuff. YouTube is flooded with that stuff. Our entire society is flooded with people working from home. I do this for you, you do this for me. I'll pay you this amount of this. Just lie, say all the positive things. Just lie and lie. Just lie out of your ass and just lie. And if everything goes well, we'll give you some more stuff. And we'll give you some more goodies. We'll pay you some more. And that's what you have. And the YouTube is being totally exploited. The content creators on YouTube are being so used constantly by these sponsors, where they're being paid and they're acting like shills. Proudly, they're acting like shills. Why? Because they get the free product and they get paid. And they get views. What's not to like, right? Easy money. Sit home, don't have to work 9-to-5 job, get to enjoy the money, get to enjoy the accolades, and that's what you have. But that's also disgusting because it's money whoring. It's not fair. It's not fair to rest of us. How do you find decency? How do you find principle? How do you find genuine principle? Where's the word genuine? Where do you put the word genuine in that mix? You can't put any genuine word in there because no one is genuine. Everyone is money whoring. And everybody's lying, of course. They'll do it in a heartbeat. You'll do it. If I give you $50,000, you're gonna, with a big smile on your face, you're gonna be lying. 100%. I'll make you lie for 50 grand. What is that? That's money whoring. Means you have no principle. means you're just a money whore. You're just looking for this, and you'll do anything. You'll do anything for this. These are the facts, guys. Don't give me that look. Don't whatever. I don't care. But these are the facts that obviously you don't want to hear it, but this is the way it is, and it sucks, and it's really disgusting in my opinion. And that's why you got shitty products. That's why you got shitty movies. That's why you got shitty video games. That's why you get ripped off every year from EA and NBA 2K Sports. That's why. And I'm probably the only YouTuber that has the balls and principle and ability to be honest and genuine about this, while everybody else is just, that's the way it is. That's the way it is. Yeah, well, if that's the way it is, well, then don't complain when you have to pay $150 for a video game. If that's the way it is, don't complain when you pay $80 for a video game and it's broken. Don't complain. Be happy. Okay? All right, let's go check out these mountains really quick. Over here. Let's go check them out. I want to check out these mountains while we're still here. Remember, I'm here to check out the scenery. That's what I'm here for. But I also like to mention and commentate other things, other current affairs that's going on in our society in terms of YouTube. And, self-promotion, self-whoring, money whoring, that kind of stuff. Stuff that people don't want to talk about. I talk about things people are not comfortable talking about. Because it's not pleasing to their ears. All right. Now, I'm not going to go too high around these mountains because you got to remember this airplane can only go up to 19,000 feet. And it's still pretty good. Excuse me, 14,000 feet. I apologize. 14,000 feet, but that's still pretty good. Nothing wrong with that. So this is why I keep telling you guys, you need to use a Skyhawk. If you're going to be doing a sightseeing, right? Alaska, Australia, Latin America, Central Mexico, etc., etc. Or Colorado, Washington State, Oregon, etc., etc. I think this Skyhawk, it's really let's go to Wolf Lake. This Skyhawk, it's really the best airplane for that. And on top of that, you got these landing skis, so you can land on the water. Which is pretty cool. Highly recommended. The problem with the jet fighters and even though with a jet fighter you can kind of go low, but they're too fast. They're too fast. And you have these airliners, and these airliners are, designed to be up in a higher altitude. And when you're up in a higher altitude, like a 30,000 feet, 40,000 feet, right, you can't really appreciate, you can't appreciate the scenery. You know what I mean? We're gonna check out this Wolf Lake. I don't know, I never been here. This Wolf Lake in Alaska. Just want to see how it is. Check it out. Yes, Kieran Buchan. Thank you. You're welcome, Mike. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. Thank you, brother. Yeah, Kieran Buchan. It's always about that, unfortunately. You know. I don't think that will ever change. You know, that's here to stay. That's just, if I'm going to be really honest with you, Kieran, it's just a human nature. Unfortunately, it's just a human nature. It is what it is. It's a human nature to be jealous. It's a human nature to be number one, to be the attention, to have that big ego. It's just a part of this human nature. I'm not saying everybody's like that. Sure, there's certain percentage of good people out there with principles, but that's a minority in my opinion. Majority out there, man, everybody wants to be number one. Everybody wants to be famous. Everybody wants to be in the spotlight. Everybody wants to be always right. Everybody wants to be on the headlines, on the top. Everybody wants to be the one that everybody agrees with. Everybody always wants to be right. Everybody wants to be perfect. And that's the problem. That's the dilemma. That's the issue. I think with the human nature. That's why everything sucks. That's why you can't find anybody decent or anybody genuine or honest, because they're corrupted by that human DNA, that shitty ass human DNA of ego, jealousy, control, power, cockiness, all that bullshit, right? And that's what you have. People in power, they have that. Why do you think they want to be in power? Why do you think they want to govern and be in power? For that reason. They get off on that. They, as sick it might sound, as sick as it might sound, they're not there to serve the people. That's bullshit. Don't believe that crap, please. They're not there to serve the people. They're just there to serve themselves and make themselves be bigger and holier than thou, like a demigod. It's like a demigod syndrome. I think the human DNA, it's suffering from that demigod syndrome. I'm powerful. I'm godlike. No, you're not. No, you're not. You know, you're gonna be buried 12 feet under, just like everybody else. All right. You take a shit just like I take a shit. You smell just like I smell. I'm sorry. You're no different. But they want you to think that they're different. Through all the bullshit Hollywood movies and televisions and music, they want you to believe that crap, you know. That, no, this guy over here, it's holier than thou. He's perfect, perfection. Worship him, right? No, don't ever worship. This is another problem. Don't worship another human being, man. Don't ever do that. This is another issue. This is another problem. Worshipping people is what got us into this trouble. Here we are. 3,000 years later, 2024, we're still worshiping people. And we're still fighting over who has a bigger dick. My dick's bigger than yours, you know. My worshiper is better than your worshiper. Yeah, well, my worshiper has a bigger, you know, and better military than your worshiper. Therefore, I'm going to dominate you. Yada, 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 yada. And it's never gonna end, dude. Maybe, I don't know, like in hundreds of thousands of years, maybe, who knows. But in my lifetime, I don't think so. It's not gonna happen in my lifetime. I don't think it's gonna happen in our children's lifetime or their grandchildren's lifetime. I don't know. Maybe 250,000 years from now, maybe, I don't know. Not that it matters, because I won't be here to see it. But right now, currently, nah, nothing's gonna change, man. It's business as usual. Business as usual, as far as the human civilization is concerned, and human behavior is concerned. Business and usual. Business as usual. So remember that I said it first. Business as usual. What's gonna change besides technology? Only technology. The human DNA is not going to change. The human way of behavior is not going to change. The one thing that's going to change is technology. And what's going to happen with that? I don't know. Artificial intelligence? Is that going to be our Achilles heel? Is that going to be our Trojan horse? Is that what's going to destroy us? Artificial intelligence? You know, the movie Creator talked about that. I don't want to spoil the movie, The Creator. If you haven't seen The Creator, I highly encourage you to watch the movie Creator, directed by Godzilla and Star Wars Rogue One director, British director, Gareth Edwards. Pretty good director. I like him. I think he did a great job with Godzilla. He did a great job with the Star Wars Rogue One story. If you haven't seen The Creator, that's the movie you should watch tonight. Saturday night. There you go. I'm giving you a recommendation for a Saturday night. The Creator. Watch it at 8 o'clock tonight. Get ready. Get some popcorn. Get some drinks. 2.5 hours. Enjoy it. But I'm not going to spoil it. But there's definitely something about technology, the AI, and where that's going to go. So, is artificial intelligence going to be our Achilles heels? Is artificial intelligence going to be the end of us? I don't know. I don't know. It could be, if we're not careful. Huh? I'm not a fan of artificial intelligence. I already spoke about that. I'm not a fan of computer telling me, or Alexa telling me what's good for me, what's not good for me. Alexa doesn't know how I feel. She doesn't know my feelings. All right? She can't sense that shit possibly. The robot, the computer, cannot sense my feelings, my spirit. No computer electronic equipment can ever sense my feelings. Ever. Never, never. Or your feelings. Only another spiritual human being, spirit, can sense another spirit feelings. That's why it's spirit. That's why the spirit, it's yours. Nobody can buy it. Nobody can take it away. It doesn't belong to nobody else but to you. You are privileged to have this spirit. And when you die, it goes up there. Goes back to the universe. The universe has the ownership of that spirit. Nobody else, no other demigod, fake demigods, and fake, worshippers out there worshiping these demigods. I believe that only universe has that. Your spirit belongs to the universe. It doesn't belong to another human being, and another human being cannot take that away from you, ever. Period. Another human being might be able to read you if they have that gift, or if they have that ability to read your spirit. They can read your spirit, and they can sense certain things about you, but they'll never understand how you truly feel right here inside. That's not possible. You can't do that. You can have a certain sense of what you might be going through, but to understand what your spirit is feeling constantly, how your spirit is constantly shifting like a frequency, shifting moods, shifting feelings, frequency changing constantly from good, bad, sorrow, sad, happy, angry, agitated, happy, sad, angry, agitated, happy, jealous, happy, not happy. All of those things like a frequency just changing. That's something only you can feel. There's some people who can, there's maybe a handful of psychics who can actually maybe read that, but that's all they can do. Just they can read it, but they can't understand what that is that you are going through. Well, even though themselves they had good days, bad days, they felt angry sometimes, they felt happy, they felt let down, they felt betrayed, etc., etc. But for someone to understand what other person's going through at the moment, how their feelings are shifting and changing, their heartbeat and their breathing and their feelings and their focus and their equilibrium, that's something that only you can feel. And it's meant for you. So when people tell you, I know how you feel, no, you don't. You might have some basic concept of what it's like to be sad, what it's like to be angry, what it's like to be jealous, but you can't possibly know 24/7 what frequencies that person is going through and how those frequencies are affecting him or her. Especially if you're somebody who has autism. Just imagine how difficult it is for a person who has autism. And there's a lot of people out there who are suffering from autism, trying to fit in, right? Trying to break out of that insecurity, to fit in. How does my face look? How does my nose look? How does my teeth look? How does my body look? You're constantly having this voice in your head, right? Frequency that's telling you, oh, these people will judge you based on how you talk, based on how you look, based on how you move, right? And you're constantly going to have that anxiety, that frequency of anxiety that you're going to be constantly stranglehold, right? In that panic attack, in that anxiety panic attack, where you're not going to be able to break out of that, and you try to stay isolated. That's why a lot of people who are autistic, and I met a lot of people who are autistic, the nicest people on the planet. Let me tell you, autistic people are the nicest people on the planet. But, you know, you have to understand them, what they're going through. You will never feel it, what they're feeling, but you can sympathize to understand what they're dealing with, and why it's so hard for them to break through the insecurity, why it's hard for them to socialize, why it's hard for them to break out of that shell, and why they stay isolated. And really you feel bad for them, because the life it's passing them by, you know, life is passing them by, and they can't break through that shell, because it's very difficult, because there's a voice constantly in their heads that is telling them, no, you can't, you're gonna fail, you can't possibly survive, you're nobody likes you, nobody cares about you. And that's not true. You will find somebody out there. You just have to go, and you will bump into somebody. Eventually you will bump into somebody, that's someone that's gonna love you and accept you for who you are, is gonna give you your heart, is gonna open their soul, will welcome you into their life. But first you got to break that ice, and that's very hard for people who are autistic, you know. So I understand it, man. Listen, guys, I'm a 45 years old, man. I've been in a lot of places. from Europe to North America, you name it. Okay, I met a lot of people. I worked a lot of different places. I met a lot of people, all kinds of people. So I learned a lot, man, throughout the experience, learning from them. I'm always seeking to learn. I never wake up in the morning and say, "Ooh, I know everything. I'm an arrogant, whatever, egoistic maniac, and therefore I know everything." I never would say that. I would never do that. Even though some people accuse me of that, but that clearly shows you that they don't know me. So I would never do that. I would never wake up every morning and say, "Well, I know everything." I don't know everything. I love the fact that I don't know everything. And I have the ability to learn from other people. And I think that's what makes life interesting. Let me learn about that. Let me learn about this. That's interesting. Let me learn about that. You know, and then throughout learning, you have better understanding. When you have better understanding, then you have better knowledge. And when you have better knowledge and better understanding, that will be a great great asset to have as you are going through this life, as you are doing it by yourself out there in this jungle of 8.4 billion people, right? 8.4 billion humans. They don't know you from Adam, right? And you got to go in, you got to go into that jungle, that 8.4 billion jungle by yourself. And now that you have this knowledge, that you have this, that you have harnessed this understanding and knowledge, I think it will help you how to communicate with people, how to read people, how to avoid negative people, how to stay around with the positive people. I think all of these tools that you use to learn and have better understanding and harness that understanding and level of how do I put this? Level of education. Let's use the word education for the lack of a better term. Education, that you're now educated and at least you have something to rely on when you are out there in the wilds. Because you gotta remember, people don't know you. And when they see you, all kinds of things are going through their minds. That's just a natural human instinct. Ah, look at this guy. Look how he is. Look how he's dressed. Look how he talks. Then all kinds of thoughts are shuffling, right? All kinds of opinions are shuffling through your head. And you're getting all kinds of judgments about he or she, right? Based on how they look, based on how they talk. Now, if you have experience throughout the years of understanding on how the world works, how certain people are, then you know what to say. You know how to properly negotiate. You know what right words to use. You know what tone of voice to use. And once you understand who this person is and whom you're dealing with, now you know what kind of approach to take, how to talk to that person, right? When it comes to dating, right, one of the major problems is some guys, they use the wrong approach. Even though they might be super hot, super great looking, six-pack abs, look like a Brad Pitt, but they use the wrong approach when they approach a woman, right? And they start saying all these things that they don't want to hear. And that's a turnoff for a lot of ladies. Unless she happened to be a slut, well, that's a different story. That's a one night stand. And who cares about that, right? We're talking about a relationship and a commitment, right? So you got to know how to approach. Guys, I read a lot of books, man. I've been around. I learned from my mistakes, man. Your best teacher is failure. I'm going to say something here while we're flying. Your best teacher is failure. I don't want anyone to be my friend if they never failed. I want you to fail in life. Because failure is a great retribution. Almost like you're getting baptized, getting reborn. It's like a resurrection, retribution, resurrection. You know, a failure is something that can help you. You learn from that. And you, of course, are not going to make those same mistakes. Like, hey, I don't want to go make those same mistakes like I did before. I don't want to go down that road. That sucks. I don't want to feel that feeling. I don't want to do that. Let's not do that, right? So you can use that to learn and to better yourself, man, from learning from those mistakes. Failure is a great asset. You know, even Arnold Schwarzenegger talk about that. Failure is good sometimes. But, like he said, you got to have a clear vision. And it's true. You know, a lot of people laugh when Arnold says, they tell people you got to have the clear vision, and the clear vision is the most important thing. You know, a lot of people laugh about it because of the Austrian accent. But he's right. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? You can't just buy a plane ticket and pick a location. Just because you change your location doesn't mean your life will improve. Doesn't mean that you're going to get all of a sudden better and feel better. Just because you change a geographical location, region. What is your plan? What do you want to do? Okay, you got to have a plan. What are we going? First question is like Arnold says, what is our destination? What is our destination? Why are we going there? What are we going to do once we get there? What is our long-term commitment once we get there? Right? And it's true. Why are we picking this destination? Why are we going there? What is our goal there to achieve? And after we achieve that goal, what is our long-term goal to keep there? And how do we keep that long-term goal without falling apart? Because even your goals can fall apart if you're not careful. If you're not careful. It's all house of cards, guys. It's all house of cards if you're not careful. It can all just come crumbling down, crashing down on top of you. So, do I listen to Arnold? Of course. Why wouldn't I want to listen to Arnold Schwarzenegger? The guy is very successful. Yeah. How did he get to that success, right? They didn't just give it to them, to him. It wasn't handed to him on a silver platter, okay? Nobody just gave him a success. He came from Austria. He deserted Austrian army. He came back here to America. And he was competing to become Mr. Olympia, to win Mr. Olympia. And he was working part-time in a construction and also taking acting lessons late at night. This is like 70s, like late 70s, or early 70s or something like that. Early 70s. And he was always committed. And people say to him, well, how did you find time? He says, well, there's 24 hours throughout the day. If you sleep, let's say 6 hours, right? 24, I mean, you still got, let's say you sleep 6 hours a day. You still have 18 hours left. What are you going to do with that 18 hours? There's plenty you can do with that 18 hours. You can work out for 2 hours. You can go make some money, work as in a construction. You can go ahead and work and learn and study other things. Go to library, read something. Or you can go to an acting class at night from 9 o'clock till like 11 o'clock for a couple of hours. Learn how to do acting. And then you go back to sleep again for 6 hours. But you have to keep that discipline, right? You have to keep that momentum. He did it. He did it. Yeah, but he did it with discipline. I think that's the important part. But why did he have a discipline? A lot of people ask him, but how could you do that? He says, I had a clear vision. This was my goal. I was living and breathing for this goal. My life depended on that goal. To build the best possible muscular body, better than anybody. To become an actor, even though the chances of me becoming an actor with this Austrian accent, chances are very zero. And look at him now. The biggest blockbuster movie star of all time. Became a governor of California. Married Kennedy's niece or a cousin, Kennedy's cousin, Maria Shriver. Started mingling around with the Kennedy family and became a governor. Also became very successful with the Republican Party. So, say what you want to say about Arnold Schwarzenegger, but so when people tell me, am I going to listen to his audiobook? You damn right. I'm going to listen to that audiobook. You damn right. As everyone should listen to that audiobook, man. Look, it's not easy. Nothing is easy, man. You got to remember something, man, in this life. No one's going to hand it to you on a silver platter. But there is a time expiration. And I think this is something that I think it's really important that I say this to everybody. There is a time limit. There is a time expiration. You got to do it in your prime, when you are young, when you are hot looking, beautiful, energetic. You got all the ambitions, all of that. You got to do it while you're young. When you start approaching the mid 40s, early 50s, time's running out, man. It's going to be much, much more difficult for you to have that clear vision. It's going to be much, much more difficult for you to achieve those goals when you get to your 50s. It's going to be very hard. You're not going to be the best of health. Your mind's not going to work like it used to when you were younger. You're not going to be that attractive like you did when you were younger. So there's a lot of obstacles. So that's why it's important to act on that clear vision while you're young. Don't wait like I did at my old age to try to start something so late. Then it's too late. When it's too late, it's too late, guys. You know, I firmly believe in that time limit. You know, once you get that to the 50s, I'm not saying you shouldn't try. You should always keep trying, you know. As long as you live, as long as you're alive, as long as you got a heartbeat, as long as you got a blood pumping through your veins, breathing the oxygen, sure, you're alive and keep on moving. It's like Anthony Hopkins says, believe it, keep moving, believe it. If my old ass can do it, so can you. But the only difference is Anthony Hopkins did it when he was younger. You know, all of these guys did it in their prime. And of course, Anthony Hopkins is very established, respected actor, Academy Award winner. So yeah, it's not going to be difficult for Anthony Hopkins to get any role or any movie or get any job. He can get a job anywhere. He's Sir Anthony Hopkins, you know, well respected. My point is you got to do it while you're young. If you do it when you are old, it's much, much, much more difficult, almost impossible to achieve that goal. I'm just being honest. So anyway, so who's better, me or Jordan Peterson? Let's be honest here. Come on, guys, be honest with me now, all right? Who's better, me or Jordan Peterson? Jordan Peterson has to write notes. I don't need notes. My notes are up here and here. I speak from here, and my notes are up here. I speak from here, and my notes are up here. Jordan Peterson has to look at the notes, and he has to be careful what he says based on, his sponsors, and he doesn't want to upset some of his friends because he wants to have them back, to come back and do the show. So who do you think is better? Let's look at the see what people are saying. Jordan Peterson or me? Let's be honest here. Let's be honest. What do you guys think? Huh? I'm checking the chat right now. Kieran Buchan, Scottish name. Well, I didn't know that. Now I know. Kieran Buchan. Anyway, getting back to VR. Guys, VR, it's an experience. And it's also an escapism, right? You want to escape, right? Your everyday trouble, stress, or whatever it is that you're going through. There's always going to be some kind of drama, some stress, or something you have to be dealing with, right? And I think VR can help you kind of meditate and get your mood shifted in that straight line, right? And for me, flying, it's a how do you put this? A stimulating experience, right? It's a very relaxing experience. Especially when you're flying, highly detailed Alaskan mountain range, looking at the Rocky Mountains of Alaska, right? Same with if I'm driving a train, it's also very stimulating, relaxing experience, right? Some of you might not know this, but I met a bunch of people on big screen VR. And that's how some of them find out about my channel on YouTube. This is way back then, like 2018 or 2017, 2018, when I was using my Oculus Go or my Oculus Quest original first one. I met a lot of people on big screen VR, and they asked me, what does the Mr. 4K stands for? And then I explained to them, it stands for my YouTube channel. And that's where I met a bunch of people there. So VR can be also used as a good social experience to meet other people. You never know who you're going to meet. You might meet somebody who might help you. You might meet a filmmaker or producer, and you might tell them, "Hey, I have this idea for a movie," and he might ask you to have a private conversation with him on a private lobby or private room, and exchange information, contact information, and all that. And he might give you a call and say, "Hey, studio likes your script. They want to make a movie into it. Here's the budget. Come fly out to LA and let's make a movie." You never know unless you try. You never know. But if you never try, then all you're going to do is end up in a regret. Could have, would have, should have. And that's the worst feeling. Could have, would have, should have. Look how beautiful this is, man, huh? Look at this, man. Look at this mountain range and sunset coming down. Huh? How beautiful that is, isn't it? And again, the beauty about this Skyhawk is you can land anywhere. It doesn't matter. You can land anywhere you want on here. I'm gonna land over there just to see what it feels like, what the atmosphere is. Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh, this is a beautiful spot right here. Build a house over here, dude. How beautiful this is. Nice. Beautiful, isn't it? Beautiful, huh? Oh, this is nice over here, man. Love it, love it, love it. This is amazing. Just ignore that sound. She's gonna keep saying that no matter what. You know what's interesting? This spot actually exists in real life. You know, this spot really exists out there somewhere um, in Alaska. This exact same spot, man. How cool! Like, imagine building a house here. Sure, you have frequent Sasquatches visiting you, but that's just part of the gig, you know. If you want to live here, because you're in their territory. But look at this, man. Wow.
American 281 descend and maintain flight level 320.
That's beautiful, dude. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Amazing, ain't it? Amazing, ain't it? Hold on. Let's go to main menu. How long have I been streaming? 3 hours? 2 hours? Um, is there anything else that I haven't tried? Viking Air Limited. Well, I haven't tried this. It's worth a try. Viking Air Limited. I guess you can go. We can go somewhere where no man has gone before. Right here on this glacier, Yanard Glacier in Alaska. Check it out before we end the live stream, you know, because I really felt like I should do this and just show you how awesome VR is when you are checking out the scenery. And I think what's so great about Flight Simulator is really the ability to check out the scenery. And this is why I like using Cessna airplanes, propeller airplanes, instead of, you know, airliners. Because with the airliners, when you're up into 30,000 feet, 40,000 feet, you can't appreciate the scenery. Unlike with a small Cessna propeller plane that can only go up to 14,000 feet, you know. So with 14,000 feet, you can see a much better scenery. Like right now, check this out. How awesome is this, man? Huh? We were flying with a Viking Air.
Anchorage Center to Haviland.
Look how awesome that is, bro. Come on, man.
Haviland, 29 miles north of 0
Look at that.
26,700 feet. Request clearance.
Oh, look. Oh, hello. Hello there. Long time no see. Long time no see.
Squawk 5527 to Haviland 903 Echo.
Hold on. I totally forgot about her, dude. That she was here the whole time. Honestly, here. Why don't you navigate this? Why don't you be in charge of this here? You hold it. You hold it like that.
Cleared for the Charlie airspace.
You hold it like that.
903 Echo.
And put this over here. Okay, you be in charge of that. Like, you hold it. That is your job now. Okay? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Gotta be careful here. Got to be careful with this glacier. Imagine being lost over here. Oh my God. No, let's be honest. What are your chances of survival if you get lost over here? Let's say this airplane starts having some malfunctions and we have to make an emergency landing and we're stuck here. No contact with radio, no nothing. Huh? What do you think? She says she doesn't like it. I mean, this looks amazing. What can I say? So, if you're going to be using an Oculus Quest 3 or 2 or even the original Quest, my suggestion is go to your Oculus Link settings. Go to the VR settings and select the bitrate of the link video to be 110 megabits per second. Trust me, you will thank me later. Select 110 megabits per second to be your bitrate. Why? Because you will have much better clarity. You will have much better bitrate at 110 megabits per second. So I would urge you to do that on your settings. I'm just checking something really quick. Oh, that's like a satellite imagery. Cool. What do you think I was looking at? No, I wasn't looking at that. I was looking at this. Well, whatever. That's what you think. I was checking out the satellite imagery GPS. Look at this glacier. Oh my God, man.
The Avalon Niner Tree Echo contact Anchorage Center on 135 decimal tree. Good day.
135 decimal tree to Haviland 903 Echo. Goodbye. Anchorage Center to Haviland November 903 Echo 8,100 feet.
The Avalon November Niner Tree Echo Anchorage Center altimeter 29 decimal.
You know, from now on, I'm just gonna fly Cessnas, propellers. Honestly. You know what's another great airplane? And I have this airplane. I need to download it. I have it on my Just Flight. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. She comes with it. Trust me. I have her in a Just Flight. Piper Arrow 3 and 4 and 2. I have all the Piper Arrows. Piper Arrow 1, Piper Arrow 2, Piper Arrow 3, and Piper Arrow 4. Is it me, or doesn't that mountain looks like a face? 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. It looks like a female face. Look, no, for real. I'm not kidding, dude. Like right here. Check, no. Right there. Right there, you see it? Right there. Holy crap. Don't tell me I'm the one seeing this. Please. I cannot be the only one seeing this. What the hell? Dude, what's going on? Why, you don't see it? I guess I'm the only one seeing these things. So yeah, Piper Arrow. I'm gonna try and use Piper Arrow tomorrow. I have it on a Just Flight. And guys, Piper Arrow, and she comes with it as well. She's part of it, you know. She comes with a package. I'm gonna fly with the Piper Arrow, dude. Piper Arrow is just a beautiful turboprop plane, turboprop engine plane. It's really good. And then Phil Spencer says, you know what, my Xbox fans, you don't need virtual reality. The audacity, right? The audacity that Mr. Phil Spencer can say to millions of Xbox owners, you don't need virtual reality. Why? You don't need it. I think it's just so arrogant to say that. I mean, I still can't believe he said that. When I heard that, I was like, I had to rewind the video just to double check to make sure that's exactly what he said. It's crazy. You know how many Xbox units would be sold if this was available in VR? Are you kidding me, dude? How many Game Pass subscriptions would be sold out if this was available? If this experience was available? Missed opportunity, man. I think it's sad. Now, I'm not missing out because I can do this on a PC. I can do this on, I'm not missing out, but I feel bad that there's a big number of Xbox owners and they will never experience this the way it should be experienced. And I just think it's a missed opportunity. And I know you guys are watching this on your phones, on your tablets, on your whatever. And I know you don't know how this feels. But trust me, it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling, dude, to be on here looking at the sunset in Alaska. This is the last frontier. Alaska right here. Probably the most peaceful place on the planet at the moment. The last frontier. And you feel as if you are here. That's how you feel. You can't help yourself but just have this feeling that I'm really here. I'm transported here, sitting here with, what should I call you? Let's just call you Cassandra. Sitting here with a Cassandra, yep, with her aviators, dreaming about Top Gun Maverick, Tom Cruise. I get it. I understand. It's okay. He's a good-looking guy. You know? Even at age 61, I get it. I understand. Am I jealous of him? Of course. Me and millions of other not so good-looking guys, of course. But anyway. Dude, that looks amazing. Guys, that looks amazing. See what you guys think. I want to see what you guys are saying. Hold on. See. Where's my hold on. Hold on a second. Look at that. Top Gun is rigged. How? How is rigged, man? That doesn't even make any sense, man. Top Gun is the most successful movie of all time, right? I know, man, you're jealous, bro. It's okay, dude. I get it. Get it. You dream about being like Tom Cruise, right? To have that Tom Cruise smile. I get it, dude. But don't be jealous, bro. Instead, you should try to have a clear vision. Right? Tell him he needs to have a clear vision. Instead of just being jealous and making all these ridiculous statements. Top Gun, it's rigged. I agree, it's absurd. It's a very absurd statement. Very jealous and absurd statement to make, but it's okay. It doesn't really matter, it's irrelevant. The movie made over billions of dollars and they're working on the Top Gun Maverick 3. Yeah. It's going to make another billions of dollars. And the same guy is going to come back again in 2028 and write down, say the Top Gun is rigged. The only difference is he's going to be about 6-7 years older and he's still going to be jealous, typing a bunch of nonsense, right? What does he call him? A loser? He definitely sounds like a loser to me. I mean, a loser, 100%. Only a loser will write something like that, something so weak and obnoxious and stupid. Right? Look at those beautiful vistas. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Unbelievable. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Beautiful and gorgeous. Let's go check it out, shall we? Let's go down there. Wait till I start using my Piper Arrow. Piper Arrow. Oh my God. The Piper Arrow. That's a turboprop airplane. Trust me. You can go in a higher altitude, I think 20,000 feet, but it's perfect for scenic, journey, to get that scenic journey of the terrain and beautiful vistas. Good way to explore some of these regions like Alaska, right? Australia, Latin America, Peru, Panama, Chile, right? All these other places. So imagine being stuck here. How long? This would be a good location to film a survival movie. Be an excellent location. I'm gonna go and land on that lake. I think it's time for us to end this live stream. 2.5 hours. I think it's more than enough. Yes, we can land on that lake. Don't worry, Cassandra. We can do it. You better believe it. We can do it. It can be done, and it will be done. Why? Because I'm a professional. They got houses down there? Man, this is beautiful, isn't it? And this is all in real time. That's another thing, man. It's all in real time. Not bad, huh? Not bad at all. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Huh? Not bad. Wow. Just wow. I can't wait for the 2024 version of this game where you can get out and walk around. That's one of my dreams I want to see in this game. Land wherever you want to land and then walk around. And then you get to meet up in multiplayer with other people. You can start a camp, build a tent, build a fireplace, sit around and have a little podcast, talk to each other, throw in a little party, and then get back into an airplane, get your gear, put it in the back, and fly back home. I think that will be the ultimate Microsoft 2024. That will be like the granddaddy of flight simulators of all time. And do I need anything else than that? That would be like that and Grand Theft Auto 6. That Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 and Grand Theft Auto 6. Those two games. Do I need anything else? I don't. I really hope that they do that. I mean, that would be so clever and so cool to be able to do that, to get your avatar and walk around Asobo. Don't end up like a missed opportunity, man, because this is a great opportunity to seize on this idea and to inject this idea into a project. Yes, it's very ambitious, but the kind of experience people can have, man, putting on a VR headset, landing whatever they want to land with their other friends in a party, set up a little base camp, little tent, set up a little fireplace, buy some other accessories, right? Chill out, relax, have a good time. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. It doesn't get any better than that. Right, Cassandra? Cassandra says, whatever. Okay, whatever. Whatever it is then. But whatever it means you would like to see it happen. Come on, every single one of you, even Cassandra here would like to see it happen. To have that experience. I certainly would love to have that experience here on the Microsoft Flight Simulator. Before I go, I want to see what you guys think. Let's see what you guys think about that. I want to see what your thoughts and opinions are on that. Do you guys agree? Do you guys disagree? Let's see. What is this? Is the fact that they managed to shut down 2 Su-57s at close range. Well, we don't know if they were Su-57s. They never said what it was. They never said to whom they belonged to. They never acknowledged the enemy. The enemy, we don't know who it is. That's the beauty about Top Gun. They don't tell you what we were fighting. They don't tell you who we're fighting against. It's a 5th generation enemy plane that kind of looks like a Su-57, but it's not Su-57. Because if it was a Su-57, then we would be fighting Russians. And Russians don't use them that often. They barely ever use them. They use Su-25s. But it's a movie, man. It's a movie. It's a Hollywood movie. It's not a documentary. See, that's the issue with the guys like you, man. You base this movie on what? It's not based on documentary. It's not based on real life. It's just it's a Hollywood movie. It's a popcorn movie. It's adrenaline rush, and it's always been like that. You know. Now the '80s version was different. Clearly, we were fighting the Soviets, MiGs, and all that. But on this one, they didn't clarify what they were fighting. And I think that was a great decision that they didn't tell us what these airplanes are, who we fighting. You don't see any markings. You don't know who that is. It could be anybody. It could have been aliens. Yeah. With that looks like an Su-57. So it's not rigged, dude. Come on, man. It's a movie. And it made billions of dollars. I guess you're alone in that echo chamber. I hate to say it, but you're alone in that echo chamber. But fine, that's your opinion, but it might look like an Su-57, but it's never acknowledged that it's a Su-57. We don't know. All he says was it's a fifth generation stealth fighter. Now, if you're going to go by realism, can F-14 Tomcat take out a fifth generation stealth fighter? No, of course not. Everybody knows that. Every Air Force pilot knows that. That no old generation Tomcat can take on the fifth generation of any plane. Clearly. But it's a movie, man. It's a movie. So, but you went to see the movie, see? You're criticizing the movie, but you went to see it. And when they do the Top Gun Maverick 3, you're going to go to see it. So, come on, man. We watch movies because they're movies. I don't watch movies looking for realism. I don't think anybody's doing that. People watch movies to escape. They know it's far-fetched. They know that Tom Cruise cannot do Mach 10.4, 0.9. No one can survive that. Mach 10.9. No pilot could ever survive that. And no pilot ever has done that, that I know of, to survive Mach 10.9. And no pilot will have a clearance of top secret airplane to fly out and then not pay any consequences of that, and then still be in the Navy and go to the North Island because some admiral, aka Iceman, gave him a second chance. You know, it's a movie, dude. It's a movie. All right? And as a movie, it's a great movie. But it's a movie. It's entertaining. And that's why people watch it. John Wick, it's also not realistic. There's no one on this planet that can be that good to survive. Not even get one bullet scraped against the shoulder, or listen, no one is that good to survive like John Wick can survive. But it's a movie, you know. I'm not gonna go and say, ooh, John Wick. There has to be somebody like John Wick in real life, right? No, there's nobody out there that exists. No Navy SEAL, it's invincible. Nobody, it's invincible. No special forces, Green Berets are invincible. They work as a team, and they're really good as a team. But not one single individual is invincible. Okay, and this idea that there's this character, John Wick, and if you look at John Wick, I guess you look at John Wick as a real life character, right? Come on, man. Come on, bro. Maybe you shouldn't be watching movies. Maybe you should just watch documentaries, bro. Movies are entertainment, and they're meant for entertainment, you know. All right, I'm not gonna go back and forth with you, man, playing ping pong. It's ridiculous, man. I'm not gonna talk to somebody who's taking movies seriously and trying to compare them to real life, dude. Come on, man. And now he's talking to me about the SR, like I don't know what the SR-17. Like, come on, dude, man. I don't know what the Blackbird is, really. SR. I know the SR. I know all these airplanes, man. I know what they have, man. I know the issue 57s and issue 25s, man. You know, it's so hard to talk to people like this, man. Like people like, you know, so full of themselves and their ignorance and arrogance, you know. Yeah. And that's why they end up in their echo chamber, dude. Hey, have fun in that echo chamber, brother. Have fun with taking movies seriously, you know. Dude, everyone, even Tom Cruise is laughing at you right now. Everybody's laughing, dude. Keanu Reeves is laughing at you. It's like, yeah, this guy. It's taking movies and comparing them to real life. And now he's going to educate me about the SR, the Blackbird. He's going to educate me about the SU-57. He's going to educate me about the SU-25. What else is he going to educate me about? Cassandra. He's going to educate me about the single prop turbo engine that I'm going to be flying tomorrow. Piper Arrow. I'm sure he will educate me about the Piper Arrow. And spam some more nonsense using Wikipedia and then copy and paste Wikipedia. Generation Zen. No thank you. Generation Zen. No thank you. All right, I'm out, guys. I'm out of here. VR. Get the VR headset. If you want to experience the best of the best in terms of flight simulation, get yourself a VR headset. This is the only way. This is the only way, my friends. I think I've proven in 2.5 hours why you need VR headset if you want to be serious about flight simulation. Now, if you want to be that guy stuck with a 14-inch or 24-inch monitor, fine. But this is truly the next level. Truly the next level, man. VR has come a long way. Quest 3 has come a long way. And I would recommend Quest 3 over any other headset, especially over PlayStation VR 2. If you're going to ask me today, would I recommend PlayStation VR 2 or would I recommend MetaQuest 3? The choice is very easy. MetaQuest 3 any day, anytime. Yes. And as much as I love Gran Turismo, as much as I love Gran Turismo 7, I can still have Gran Turismo 7 experience on Assetto Corsa, on iRacing, on many other racing games that are available on the PC. And there's truckload of racing games in VR on the PC. So it's not like I'm going to be missing out much. But yeah, MetaQuest 3, all day long, all night long, 100%. All right, that's it, guys. I'm out. I'm out of here. Nothing else. That's it. The show is over. The Saturday night show, it's over. That's all she wrote, right? That's all she wrote. It's over. It's over.